Hey, ladies and gentlemen, digital investors, welcome back to another video where we go over the daily crypto news. We have a lot of different things to cover today from all different sectors of the market, so I want to hop right into it. Today's a very exciting day. If you're a frequent viewer of the show and you want to show some support, then you already know, just tap the like button. It helps a ton for the YouTube algorithm to pick this video out, show it to more people. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, everything like that. And with that said, we got some crazy stuff to get into today, guys. Bitcoin price jumps above Dow Jones Index while Ethereum nears $1,100. I don't know if any of you guys were awake at all throughout the night. Last night was one of those nights where if you're looking at cryptocurrency, you just don't get much sleep. Ethereum would not allow me to go to bed last night. But this is pretty cool. So Bitcoin crossed the $34,000 level on Saturday. It set both a record all-time high and crossed a major US index, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Really, really cool, guys. It didn't even really click for me when that happened, that we had went above the Dow. But yeah, that is crazy to think about, and it's crazy to think about long term just how much higher than the Dow we are going, right? It won't be very long, 2021, 2022 when we double the Dow, right? Bitcoin to $60,000 is, unless something crazy happens. But as of right now, the way that we're on track for things, the amount of money coming to the space, the Bitcoin network seems to be handling it all right. That's definitely not too crazy to say. We also have Binance US CEO predicts a 100K Bitcoin by 2022. And we've been seeing a lot of predictions like this. So, to double the Dow, that's honestly very conservative compared to some of the other predictions we get. So Binance US CEO predicts 100K, quite a few degrees lower than the Winklevoss twins who predict a 500K. But let's hop into this. Let's see what they say. Catherine Coley, CEO of major crypto exchange Binance's US arm, sees the current Bitcoin bull run as a sign the crypto asset could reach a price of $100,000. She says, where maybe we thought maybe $50,000 made sense, this number is definitely going to be a little bit higher than that, in my opinion, said Coley. I think we're going towards $75,000 to $100,000 for Bitcoin by the end of 2021. And if you think that Bitcoin at $100,000 is pretty high, pretty unrealistic, then this is what Dan Held thinks. Dan Held, the crypto exchange Kraken's growth lead, has been saying since last year that Bitcoin could be entering a super cycle in 2021, eventually driving the price to $1 million. In a video posted to his YouTube last week, Held predicted the price of Bitcoin would move much more than a 100x increase based on increasing adoption of the crypto asset. So as you can see, we have the realistic end all the way to the extreme end of that spectrum. What Bitcoin ends up doing, who really knows? You might as well just throw a dart at the board with no experience. But 1 million to me in this bull run, and obviously this is nothing against Dan Held, but we would have to see crazy things happen. We'd have to see a level of adoption that is just unprecedented. You have to see an unprecedented amount of money move into this space. I definitely don't think it's impossible, but I definitely don't think it's something we will see within the next few years. 8 years out, 10 years out, maybe we could get up to those levels. I think we still need to see this bull run play out, right? Is Bitcoin going to go between 100,000 to 200,000? Is it going to go between 200,000 to 500,000? Or is Dan Held right? Are we going to experience a super cycle that will take us to 1 million? We also have this from Marquise Brownlee. Marquise Brownlee is well known in the tech sector, and he has over 4.9 million followers. He tweets out, step 1, resist the urge to buy Bitcoin at 32K. Step 2, regret not buying Bitcoin earlier. And he's tweeting that out to his massive audience of 4.9 million followers. And we've been seeing a lot of popular people, right, whether celebrities or just big social media followings, tweeting about and talking about either Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies lately. And that's exactly what we need to get the conversation going and get more people figuring out, interested in, right? We've seen Bitcoin trending on Twitter recently, so a lot of buzz coming to the cryptocurrency space. We also have DeFi Hits Historic, $17.5 billion locked, but ETH is still flowing out. So this article is pretty interesting. They go over the DeFi market is rising again, but the surging price of Bitcoin and Ethereum are hiding a trend that will need to be changed if the industry wants to keep going. Total value locked in DeFi protocols has grown to a new all-time high of $17.5 billion, increasing 23% in just the first few days of 2021. Total value locked is a metric widely used throughout the industry as a way to measure the relative popularity of DeFi projects as well as DeFi as a whole. The metric is denominated in US dollar terms, and the apparent growth over the last few days is riding on the coattails of the exploding price of ETH. ETH is up more than 65% since the beginning of December. In reality, the DeFi protocols are seeing significant outflows of Ethereum and Bitcoin as crypto users consider selling their assets and taking some profits in the face of rising prices. During the same period, the total value locked in dollar terms increased 23%. Total ETH locked in DeFi protocols dropped 4.5%, while Bitcoin locked fell by about 4%. That means that DeFi users are seeing profitable opportunities elsewhere and could be removing BTC and ETH to sell at current prices after huge holiday season run-ups. All right, so that was pretty interesting, and I show you guys that to then bring you into this with Bitcoin suddenly drops 13% as altcoins continue to rise. Okay, so Bitcoin is having a much needed retest after a period of increased leverage and high perpetual funding rates across derivatives platforms. A brief consolidation around these levels is required, says Matthew Dibb, co-founder of Stack Funds. So basically what all of this is hinting to is an alt season that is possibly right here on our doorstep, right? And we're seeing it in real time. We're seeing things like Dogecoin pump, we're seeing random altcoins pump, and now we're seeing a pump out of Ethereum. And it's very, very close to breaching its previous all-time high. And right now is definitely the time to be paying very, very close attention to the crypto markets. So trader and analyst Michael Vandepop said the correction was overdue after the overextended vertical move. The crypto surged by $5,000 to above 34 grand in the first 3 days of 2021. Having rallied by over 165% in the final quarter of 2020, the breakout above 30,000 happened alongside large outflows from the Coinbase Pro exchange, a sign of institutions buying the cryptocurrency. They say most likely money is shifting from Bitcoin towards altcoins, or just temporary profit taking is causing a price drop. Investors may have rotated some money out of Bitcoin and into relatively cheap prominent alternative cryptocurrencies. So we're now seeing analysts calling for the signs that we are seeing a rotation of Bitcoin profits being put into altcoins. This is pretty much textbook, right? This basically always happens every time Bitcoin has a run up. We see the same thing where Bitcoin runs up and then that money is moved through Ethereum and the large cap altcoins to the mid caps to the small caps, right? In basic terms. The reason why they highlight Bitcoin suddenly dropping 13% is because during this time when Bitcoin has breached its old all-time high, it's in price discovery. Usually the altcoins start to go once Bitcoin pulls back. Now it's been weird for this one, right? Bitcoin is it went all the way up to $34,000. So it's much higher than most traders and analysts expected, right? It definitely overextended. And so now people are really wondering, when are we going to see the altcoins go, right? When are we going to see Bitcoin pull back and consolidate so these altcoins can basically do what they do best, and that is moonshot, right? That's typically what we see happen when Bitcoin's in price discovery and then it settles down and comes back and consolidates. You see altcoins moonshot. So it looks like the market is picking up on this. It looks like we're seeing the first signs of it. We have we have Ethereum over $1,000 now, and it all looks to be setting up very, very nicely. We'll go to Gecko, give this a quick refresh and check some prices. We do have Bitcoin right now is pulled back down 7.1% on the 24-hour, sitting at $31,286. And with that, here's your altcoin prices. You have Ethereum at $1,028, XRP at 22 cents, Litecoin at 151, Polkadot at 936, Bcash at $3.98, Cardano at 21 cents, Stellar at 16 cents. We have some good news for Stellar that we're about to get into. Let's see what Theta's at. Theta is back under $2 at $1.87. Let's see what's up the most for the day. You have LRC, AVE, Synthetics, Stellar, Numeraire, OMG, Elrond. Those are your coins that are up the most on this 24-hour period. Your Fear and Greed Index for today is sitting at a 93. We're still in extreme greed. And I told you guys, this video, we have news from many different sectors. So now we have this from Uphold at Uphold Inc. on Twitter. Uphold released their official statement on whether or not they're going to continue listing or delisting XRP. As we know, there's a good amount of exchanges that have come out and said they're going to delist. Well, here's what Uphold has to say. Uphold has decided to continue listing XRP until and unless the SEC's complaint is adjudicated in the SEC's favor and XRP is judged to be a security today, or trading volume dissipates to a point where we can no longer support XRP. We trust that other exchanges will adopt a similar stance rather than rushing to judgment ahead of the court's decision. I think we could say we have been seeing a lot of that. Emotions are high right now. Today, the SEC's complaint is an allegation, and due process needs to take place through the U.S. courts before any judgment enters the body of U.S. law. An important part of the SEC's remit is the protection of consumers. It is hard to see how a judgment setting XRP to zero and inflicting billions of dollars of losses on retail investors would square with that remit. We remain hopeful of a sensible resolution. We hope that the outcome will both set the goalposts for token offerings going forward and dispel uncertainty for the industry. The pretrial hearing takes place on February 22nd in New York Southern District Court. So that's Uphold's official statement. They're going to continue listing XRP until the SEC makes a decision. Nice to see when you're seeing every other exchange crumble at the first sign of some pressure. At least we're seeing Uphold taking the opposite stance. And if XRP and this whole lawsuit against Ripple come out and they come out clean, they come out unscathed after it, I think Uphold is, they're going to be on the right side in the long term. It will definitely benefit them for sure. We also have this from Kevin Young, sent me this on Twitter. He tagged me in this article, and this goes over from Crypto Slate. XLM bumps to 14 cents as Ukraine selects Stellar for its CBDC. So make sure you go check out Kevin Young on Twitter, and we'll hop into it. So yeah, guys, XLM and Ukraine. Stellar, the world's 14th largest crypto, was selected by the European country for the latter's upcoming state-backed digital currency. Ukraine will deploy its CBDC on Stellar. The project will be overseen and conducted by the country's Ministry of Digital Transformation and the SDF. The deputy minister announced that the partnership to facilitate the development of the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem in the country alongside Ukraine's CBDC. The cooperation would help contribute to the development of the infrastructure for a Ukrainian national digital currency. Among the various points will be two critical agendas for the project: the implementation and regulation of stablecoin circulation in Ukraine, and the facilitation of the development of the digital currency of the Central Bank of Ukraine. One of the goals will be to develop Ukraine as a digital assets innovator and an upstart for financial markets in the slowing Eastern European economy. Bornyakov said the move came as many central banks around the world were either assessing their own CBDC projects or were already testing out digital currency protocols. Such countries include China, Japan, Singapore, and France, which have all made advancements in 2020 regarding the development and testing of such tools. The minister noted that the National Bank of Ukraine had been researching the possibility of a CBDC implemented since 2017. So since 2017, they've been doing this. It demonstrates Ukraine's movement towards one of the major financial trends. At the ministry, we aspire to ensure our country's adaptation to technological innovations and competitiveness in the financial market in Eastern Europe. CEO of SDF, the Stellar Development Foundation, stated, this is Danelle Dixon, that the joint project would see Stellar-based tools and services being introduced to the people and businesses of Ukraine alongside new partnership opportunities in Ukraine for businesses in the Stellar ecosystem. Very, very, very cool stuff for Stellar, guys. Stellar is definitely starting to pick up some attention, no doubt. I think it went from a project where everybody hated it, nobody really wanted to buy it, and now I see people very, very bullish on Stellar. I think the community behind XLM and Stellar is definitely building. It's becoming stronger. The belief in Stellar is also getting stronger, and that's because look at their actions, look at the partnerships they're making, look at the the coins that are coming up and that are being launched on the Stellar blockchain. All of this is instilling a lot of confidence in people, and they're comfortable buying Stellar. We are also seeing, I think, a lot of people in the XRP community also becoming bullish and getting into XLM. So very, very interesting stuff. The dynamic of XRP good, XLM bad seems to be changing slowly but surely. And honestly, we'll just see where it ends up. But as far as Stellar and XLM and progress they are making, this is amazing progress. I expect Stellar to be definitely a leader. As we know, XLM, the price correlates to XRP a lot, even right now. But if we start getting some serious utility, some serious usage out of Stellar and XLM, it might be one of those coins that just decides to decorrelate. And I'm for one very excited to see some of the first coins start to actually decorrelate from the rest of the market due to utility. We don't know which one it's going to be that happens first, but over time, this is what you'll start to see happen as utility kicks in. You'll start to see coins decorrelate from each other, decorrelate from the broader crypto market, and start to jump to their own tune. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. You'll be notified every single time I upload. You get a video like this daily going over Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything going on in the crypto space. So make sure you subscribe. Well, keep in mind, nothing we cover is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just covering the daily crypto news in this crypto bull run. If you guys could also do me a favor and tap the like, that would be greatly appreciated. We'll see what crypto prices do tonight. We'll see if Ethereum keeps any of us awake tonight. And yeah, guys, overall crypto markets are looking like they are on fire. So congratulations to everybody. It looks like at this point, alt season may very well be here. Could be a fake out as well. I've seen plenty of fake outs, but it looks like the overall market is anticipating Ethereum blasting off. It looks like the start of an alt season. With that said, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody.